Hey, welcome to Maximum Bat Speed. I want to do a video today of Lauren Chamberlain. She's just an amazing player. Played for the Oklahoma Sooners, had 95 home runs, had a .960 slugging percentage, just had so much power, just did amazing things while playing at the highest level. And I want to show you what she did as far as gaining power and what she did, her source of her power. And I want to do this video for you to hopefully it'll help you to apply what Lauren did. So let's get started here. The first thing I want to show you is this. I want you just to focus on her hands and what's going on here with her hands in the back of her jersey. You can see here as she starts to get into her toe touch, her hands are being hidden now, and now you can see the back of her numbers very clearly, okay? Now what she's doing right here, she's applying that top hand torque, she's applying that resistance, that separation right here, okay? Now you can see here that at this point right here, her numbers are very clearly seen, okay? Where when she first started here, all you can see is pretty much the 4 right there, okay? And you can see also here that her hands are moving back. And now pay attention to what's going on with her back elbow. You can't see it right now, and this is what I talk about on my videos all the time, about the top hand torque, where the top hand works back and behind you, okay? Now if you're not familiar with my videos, I did a video on top hand torque. Watch it and it'll explain to you how she is doing this. And this is crucial for you as a player to get more power, to get more separation, and get more resistance. Now you see again her hands are being hidden right here, and her elbows working back and behind her, and right here she's at toe touch, and you can see here that her from shoulder to elbow, she pretty much has a straight line. Now her elbow slightly below that line, and that's perfectly fine. It can be slightly above or slightly below. What I don't like is when it starts leaking too much, because when this occurs, what happens is you usually only end up getting a little bit of resistance in the sense of the shoulders pretty much being right here. By working that elbow back and behind you a little more, what occurs is this: you get a chance to get that elbow to work back and behind you a little better. In other words, again, you can see here the longer the stride, the longer the weight transfer, which she has a beautiful long base. As she gets into her swing, she's able to get that beautiful coil right here, where she has these beautiful lines and beautiful angles going on right here, so she can just explode through the ball like she's doing right here. Now I'm going to show you another video here, and this is from another game. Now again, the process that's going on is the same thing in this video here, and I'm just going to go very slowly what's going on here. You're going to see here as she gets into her gather, and she has pretty much where she just lifts her foot and she balances, and then she gets to the apex of her gather right here, and again you can see here now her elbows working back and behind her. You can't really see it as well from this angle right here, but once she gets into toe touch right here, she's basically the same angle you saw in the first half of this video right here, the first part of this video. So at this point right here, what's going on right here, you can't see it again from this angle right here, but her hands right now are very clearly seen by the pitcher as she continues to swing right here. What's going on here, as she gets more and more into her toe touch, she's letting the hands go back and behind her, and the elbows working back and behind her, again just like the first part of this video right here. At this point right here, what you see is going on here, just like you did again the first part of the video. You have that shoulder to elbow look, and again, like I just mentioned, a little lower is fine, a little higher is fine. What I don't like when it starts to drop too much. Now one of the things that will also help you, other than that top hand torque, to get more resistance and separation from your swing is this, and I'm going to explain something to you right now, okay? And I'm gonna just go through this very slowly for you. Now here she is at her setup, okay? Now as the player gets into the gather, the apex of their gather, what you want to do here, and you can do this in front of a mirror, pretty much this is the apex of her gather right here. In other words, where as far as her blade kick or her gather, her negative move is going to go back as far as it's going to possibly go, okay? And what I'm going to do for you here is just draw a line for you right where her knob is right here, okay? And what you're going to see here is that she continues to get into her toe touch stage of the swing right here, and I'll put her at the toe touch stage. You're going to see here again that the knob is still directly pretty much right over that red line, okay? And what she's doing here basically is walking away from the hands, and this is crucial. You see this in high elite MLB players, and you see it a lot in high elite softball players. Again, the apex of her gathers right here, and again, now pay attention to what's going on with her knob, okay? You're going to see here, now here she's at the apex of her gather, she's at the apex of her gather here. Let me just erase something here, and I'm going to to draw this little circle for you right here so you can see this a little more clearly. As she goes into her actual toe touch, like I just mentioned, and she's going to be at her toe touch right about right here, okay, you're going to see that her knob or her hands basically stayed right around that circle. Many times at this part of the swing, when a player starts to transfer their weight forward and they get into their stride, they carry their hands with them. This is a power leak for you, okay? And if the elbow drops, that's a power leak for you. So you can see that she's applying things that are necessary, okay, that are mandatory for a person to have a lot of power. She's walking away from the hands again. She's here at the gather, and what she's doing now, she's walking away from the hands, and as she's doing this, the back elbow, watch the back elbow and the hands, or she's working back and behind her. So you can see at this stage now that there was a process that took place, okay? She left her hands there, and the elbow worked back and behind her, which gave her those angles that I was referring to earlier, where you had that pretty much that shoulder to elbow look going on. She has a wide base, just like I brought up in the first part of the video right here. Again, the more weight transfer, the more opportunity for that back elbow to work back and behind you. And by that I mean this, okay? Watch what's going on here. Again, she has somewhat of a unique stride and unique gather and toe touch, but that's fine. And what matters here is that she's getting to a beautiful position here, and watch what's going on as she starts to get her weight to move forward, okay? And I'm just going to draw something here for you so you can see what I'm referring to, okay? Again, so you can see this a little more clearly. I'll just draw an arrow right there on top of her helmet. Now watch what's going on here. She gets into her negative move, her gather right there, okay? And again, right here she's at the apex of her gather. Now as she starts to move forward, watch how her helmet moves forward, but her hands are going to stay there as her helmet's working forward, okay? Her hands are still right there. You can see there was a process, again, that her body moved forward, but her hands remained directly, the knob remained directly right over the back foot, just like I just mentioned, okay? And this is part of the process that must take place in order to get that separation, that resistance that you need in order for you to have more power. And again, if you apply what I just showed you at the beginning of the video, as far as if you're looking at it from a pitcher's view where you can see the numbers better, you're hiding the hands, okay? And again, from this angle right here, she gets into the apex of her gather right here, and if you look in front of a mirror as you just work on this, okay, this is all you need to work on right now. It's just walk away from the hands. You're going to see her elbow working back and behind her as she gets into her toe touch position right here. You're going to see this beautiful, powerful look right here. You're going to see a very nice little slight lead elbow right here. She's walking away from the hands. You want to have that slight little back lead elbow, that bat at this angle with everything else I applied. I hope you liked this video. I hope you learned from it. Give me a like if you enjoyed it. I wish you well with softball.